Welcome to the Million Pound Mission Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Shively, the PhD, the previously heavy dude, and I'm on a 1 million pound mission. I've personally lost over 100 pounds. I've helped my hometown lose over 35,000 pounds, and now I'm on a mission to produce over 1 million pounds of results by helping you gain clarity about what you need to do to reach your goals and give you the confidence to take action. And my friends, the perfect time to start taking action is now. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Million Pound Mission Podcast. It's your buddy Adam, the PhD, the previously heavy dude, and this is episode number 218. I've got 6 steps to help you reclaim control over your health. Now, it's been a minute since we chatted, just me and you on a long Monday episode, so I'm pretty fired up about this one. I'm getting caught up on my interviews, so I'm going to start doing more solos. Hopefully, we eventually get back to every other week on Mondays. I know that you guys, I've been getting notes, you guys miss the solos. You love the interviews, but I have a lot of knowledge and creativity to give to you guys. I always tell, I talk to a lot of you guys. You send me DMs on Instagram, you reach out through email, and we interact. That's what I love to do. And I always tell people, like, you can borrow some of my energy until you build up your own, right? So I love doing that. I love the interaction. So keep it coming. Hit me up at Million Pound Mission on Instagram. Go to millionpoundmission.com. You can send me an email through that. Whatever you guys need, I've got your back. We can do a free 15-minute coaching session. Whatever you need, I got your back. All right. The PhD is your accountability buddy. I've got your back. So let's dive into this topic, because this is kind of a theme I've been talking a lot about when I do my coaching sessions, when I talk to you guys, is that one of my goals is to help you feel like you are back in control over your health. A lot of people are out there. I use kind of a driving a car analogy. I feel like a lot of you are out there and you're in that car and your foot is on the gas pedal all the way down, but you're not holding onto the steering wheel. And it's just like whatever you run into, you deal with. Or maybe someone else has the steering wheel and they're guiding the car for you. And sometimes those decisions aren't beneficial to you. So with this episode, I want to give you a clear path to putting your hands back firmly on the wheel and taking control over your health, reclaiming your sense of your lifestyle, and just reclaiming you. And you're bringing back the best possible version of you, because you deserve that. All right. I hate seeing people just going through the motions day in and day out, waiting for that perfect time that, next week or next month, then things will calm down and I can really start focusing on me. And those are just lies that we tell ourselves. And I hate seeing that. So we're going to change things today. We're going to change your mindset. That's what I had to do. And I know a lot of you have heard my story before, but just, very briefly, I'll recap my rock bottom moment, because I feel like a lot of people are there, and the steps that I took to dig out of that can benefit you. All right. So almost, 12 years ago now, I found that was my rock bottom moment. 12 years ago, I weighed 327 pounds. I had $40,000 worth of credit card debt. My relationships were all just on the rocks. I was unhappy with the direction that my life was going. I was that person with, I was very busy. I was keeping busy with life. I had my foot on the gas pedal, but I did not have my hands on the steering wheel. I was not in control of the direction of my life. And I decided for things to change, I had to change. For things to get better, I had to get better. And I started taking action. And in one evening, I mapped out the life that I wanted to create for myself. And I still haven't stopped taking action on that every single day. All right. So I'm going to give you a little pathway. If you feel like you are in a similar space, like you are not yet in control of your life and your health and your schedule and your relationships in a way that you would prefer to be, this episode's for you, my friend. I'm talking to you directly, so listen in tight. All right. Man, I've missed you guys. I've missed you. All right. So step number 1, I got 6 steps for you. All right. Step number 1 is we've got to let go of the victim mindset. All of this stuff is, it's happening to us. But we can't think of it that way. We can go, why is all this happening? Why am I in $40,000 worth of credit debt? Why am I 327 pounds? Why is this happening? Why is my boss an asshole? Why is my partner not paying attention to me, or we have to get out of the victim mindset, because that, the first step to grabbing control of the wheel is to take someone else's hands off of that sucker and say, no, I'm owning my situation, right? We have to take ownership over our situation. We have to make progress, not excuses, right? You can make progress or you can make excuses. You cannot do both at the same time. And it's time to release ourselves of that victim mindset. Now, I'm getting ready to interview an author. I've been reading her book. Her name is Lauren Handel Zander, and she talks about the victim mindset, where if we are in that mindset of we're blaming outside circumstances for the situation that we're in, we put ourselves in a position where we're also dependent on other people to come and save us. So in order for us to take control, we have to own the situation that we're in, and then we can be the hero of our own movie. I love that analogy. I love it. So if you are somebody, if you just be honest, have one moment of personal, brutal honesty with yourself, and look at the things and think about the things that you're upset about, the things that are bothering you, the things that are holding you back. And I want you to take ownership and say, I'm not blaming my boss anymore. I'm not blaming my husband or my wife or my partner anymore. I'm not going to blame my kids anymore. I'm not going to blame, my coworkers anymore. I'm taking ownership. This is on me. I'm planting my flag in the dirt and reclaiming control with the first step. I'm no longer a victim. I'm taking ownership, and I'm going to be able to pull myself out of this. I'm going to initiate my own momentum. All right? That's the first step. We let go of the victim mindset. We start initiating our own momentum, and we become the hero of our own movie. Step number 2, I want you to start using a filter question. I use this daily. And, I practice a minimalist lifestyle. And I'm hoping, I kind of want to write a book on minimalism now. I'm really benefiting from it. So maybe that's coming up. But I use a filtering question that I call the enough versus more question. I see a lot of people that are digging themselves into a hole that is fueled by ego and nothing else but ego. And we don't even realize it until it's too late. Like, you want to get that promotion and you want to get that next level up in your career, and you want to, add another thing and do another project, but you aren't really thinking through the why behind that, the enough versus more. Are you spending enough time at work, or should you be spending more time at work? Are you spending enough time at home, or should you be spending more time at home? I use this as a filter. Anytime I try to convince myself that I need to take on a new project, I'm like, okay, let's run it through enough versus more. Do I have enough on my plate, or can I add something else? If I do add something else, then I've got to maybe make room by taking something else off. Another version of this that I use is this cool, or is this effective, or is it possibly both? That's another way. Like when I was, we're promoting Million Pound Mission University right now, and I had to run it through those 3 questions. Is this cool? Yes. I want to bring, a couple dozen of the top health, wellness, and fitness influencers in the world, and I want to bring them to you guys. So yeah, that is cool. Is it effective? Yes. So I get the double yes there. If it wasn't effective, it was just, me, an ego boost to me, I'm not going to do it. But the event's going to be very effective because I'm connecting those people to you in small group discussions, and you can actually learn from them in addition to their presentations. So it actually gets the both, which is that if I get those both checked off, then it's a go for me. So start using filtering questions before you add something else to life's plate. Because so many people are just so, like I said, you are pedal to the metal. You've got that foot on the accelerator all the way down. So maybe we can go back to 75% and have a little room to breathe in our life and enjoy the moments instead of, wake up, last minute, sprint, eat, shower, dash out the door, drop the kids off, get into work right at the nick of time, project, work, no time to eat, no time to work out, go pick up the kids, get the kids fed, get the kids to bed, sprint, pass out, done, and do it the next day. That's no way to live your life, my friend. And I know so many of you are trapped in that right now, and I feel for you. I've been there, coming from a guy that's worked himself into the hospital 3 different times. I've worked myself into the emergency room 3 different times just from what I just described. Go. I need more time. So, okay, I'll just cut out sleep, more caffeine, more stimulants. Eventually your body says no, and you end up in the emergency room 3 times like I did. All right. Until I learned my lesson, and I've totally reversed that whole situation. So that's step number 2. Start using filtering questions before you start adding more stuff. Because when you add more stuff, what do we delete? Time that we invest in us, time that we invest in our health, sleep, time in important relationships, our kids, our partners, our friends, our family. All right, so start using that filtering question. Step number 3, we've got to get your foundation in place. Again, something that I've talked about before, but I'll quickly recap it here. My definition of foundation is, when it comes to your health, is my amazing results formula. 4 components. All right, you need to set the foundation in place first. Don't go out looking for the coolest, most, the newest infomercial fitness gadget or the, whatever's being promoted. Even if it's my stuff, like, you need to get your foundation in place. Worst salesman ever, Adam Shibley. Don't buy my things. Do this, do this other stuff first. Anyway, you can buy my things if you want to. So the amazing results formula. This is the foundation. These are the 4 things you need to decide on first. When life has been beating you down, you're out of your groove, you're not sure where to start, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the first action step right now. This is where you start. All right. Step number 1 on this amazing results formula, component number 1, I should say, is you're committed to a nutrition plan. For the next 28 days, you're going to say, all right, I am doing this nutrition plan. I know the rules of the game that I'm playing by. And it's not, I'm going to do Weight Watchers for a couple days, see how it goes, and then maybe some paleo, and then a few cheat days in there, and then go vegan, and then go keto. Like, there's no bouncing around. I want a 28-day commitment out of you. Think back to a nutrition plan that's worked really well for you, no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. I want you to commit to something for 28 days and reestablish momentum. Not the hardest plan you've ever done, the most efficient plan you've ever done, the one that you can comply with the most. There's a big difference. That's what I want you to do. Think about the plan that you've been able to easily implement and comply with, and something that you can commit to for 28 days. And you're going to do that. Component number 2 of the amazing results formula, you get fully committed to a fitness game plan. I want you to think 28 days in advance and say, all right, I'm going to put in 3 hours a week, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. Strength training on Monday. I'm going to hit some interval training on Wednesday and hit a boot camp class on Friday. I don't care what it is. I don't care how many hours it is. You do what you can do. We got to get a foothold in this thing, and we're going to start from somewhere. Some is better than none. All right. I don't care if it's 15 minutes. I talked to a client recently. It was a free call. It wasn't a paying client. I consider everybody, I'm a coach, they're a client, no matter whether they pay me or not, and we're friends. But so I was talking to a friend, doing a free coaching call, and they were trying to develop this whole big, complex fitness, full spectrum game plan. And I was like, hold on, how much time are you spending working out right now? And the answer was 0. So I said, all right, let's hit the rewind button. Your goal for the next 28 days is 1 workout per week. I want you to, it wasn't even a workout. I said, I want you to walk into the gym once per week. And I said, what day of the week is that most likely to happen? They said Saturday. I said, all right, I want you to email me this Saturday, and I want you to, take a picture or, take a screenshot of you signing in or something, and let me know you walked into the gym. That's all. I don't care if you walk in and walk out. I want you to walk into the gym, and that's how we initiate the process. We can't jump to step 12 before we do step 1, which is getting into a gym. Or, with some people, they don't go to a gym. So I say, all right, I've got this free online workout video. I want you to dial that up in the morning and press play. I don't care if you follow it or not, but when you wake up, the alarm goes off, you get a drink of water, your workout stuff is right there, your yoga mat is right next to your bed, you roll over and you press play. Now I'm going to start the workout, and the person who I'm leading through the workout is going to start going. Whether you choose to join us or not is up to you. But we have to initiate that first step by just pressing play or just walking into the gym. So I want you to get committed to a realistic fitness regimen that will be simple for you to implement. So even if it's just 1 workout, 1 committed moment of walking into a gym or pressing that play button, that's what I want you to commit to for the next 28 days. That's the second component of the amazing results formula. Third component, strategic thinking. Specifically, over the next 28-day period, I want you to think ahead and say, all right, what could mess me up? What could throw off my nutrition? What could throw off my fitness game plan? Do you have a work trip? Do you have a birthday? Is there an event? Is there a holiday? Is there a vacation? What things in your past have thrown you off track? Are any of those going to rear their ugly head in the next 28 days? Stress, nighttime eating, poor sleep habits. So think about those things strategically and say, all right, if this does happen, or if you know it's going to happen, if there's like a vacation, what's one thing you can do to set yourself up to succeed in that moment? All right. So that is the third component. And fourth component of the amazing results formula is consistency. I want you to be consistent and committed to the first three steps. All right. So this is a real deal commitment between me and you. All right. I want you to take this seriously and say, all right, if I've been lost, if my hands have not been on that steering wheel, I've not had any control, the next 28 days, I'm going to do the first three components: the food, the fitness, the strategic thinking, and I'm going to be consistent with that for 28 days. I'm going to give Adam 28 days. He's given me 218 podcast episodes for free, guilt trip, and I will give him 28 days of committed effort because I'm worth it. All right? And let's just press the pause button for a second here. I want to repeat what I just said. And I would actually like, I don't care if somebody's with you or not. If somebody's with you and you're embarrassed, you can just think to it yourself, in your own head, in your own headspace. But I want you to tell yourself, if you're by yourself in the car, I just want you to just out loud say, I'm worth it. All right? I'm worth it. All right? Because you are worth it. Healthy moms and healthy dads and healthy business partners and healthy friends and healthy kids and healthy whoever, you're going to help everyone around you by being healthy, by investing in you, by filling up your cup first. You are worth it. Don't forget that. All right, step number, 4. You guys know I'm famous for mixing up all my steps. Whenever I get nervous whenever I do a step episode because I get them all jumbled around. I did this the last time. I think it was episode 200. I started screwing up what step I was on, and people make fun of me on Instagram. That's okay. So we are now on step number 4. There are 3 things that I feel like are missing from most game plans when it comes to transformations. 3 things that once we get our foundations in place, 3 things that we can infuse into your game plan that will make a humongous difference for you. All right. The 3 things are these: accountability, community, and a rock solid game plan. So we fear accountability. I've talked about this before. We see accountability as judgment. We got to get rid of that mindset. Accountability is support. Accountability is coaching. Accountability is that safety net that keeps you from falling and hitting the ground. All right. So look for accountability anchor points. Who can you get to support you? Who can you get to coach you? Who can be on the journey with you as an accountability partner, or an accountability buddy, as we say in my my transformation reboot program. Hashtag accountability buddy. Try to spell that. And then there's community. So many of you are out there and you feel like you got to hack it out alone. All right. I'm here to tell you that you don't. You don't have to hack this out alone. Like, I got myself into this mess, got to get myself out. You need to initiate momentum. You need to, at the very first step, I said, you have to initiate the momentum. You've got to be the hero of your own movie, but there's a supporting cast that can do just that, support you on your journey. All right. You do not have to be in this isolated by yourself. So look for community, look for that support. The other thing is you can't assume or put it on your friends and family that they will automatically be positive and be supportive. And you can't always depend on that, and you have to be okay with that. All right. I know everybody wishes they lived in a perfect household where your partner, your spouse, your kids, everybody ate just like you and they supported you and they cheered you on. But the reality of the situation is, more likely than not, it's probably not the case. You got to suck it up anyway because you're worth it, right? Hopefully they pick up on your lead and they get the deal, but maybe they won't. You've got to find community regardless. You can't put it on them. You can't say, oh, my husband or my wife doesn't support me, so I'm not going to do this. Or my kids, they eat a bunch of crap in front of me, so I'm not going to do this. That's bullshit, all right? I don't want you guys thinking those thoughts. You are the hero of your own movie. You're going to find the community, all right? The third thing with this that we can infuse like rocket fuel into our transformation game plan is a rock solid game plan. So many people float around, the amazing results formula, that's a great start, but I feel like you need even more structure than that. All right. You can't just go, well, I'm going to do keto. All right, here we go. And you're just kind of floating around in the abyss. I feel like we need more specific structure. That's why I created my Transformation Battle Plan Workbook. If you guys haven't picked up a copy of that, go to millionpoundmission.com. It's free. It's a giant download. This is not like, I don't play when I give away something for free. Like, you're going to get a lot of value out of it. A lot of people are like, I ran out of paper, Adam. I ran out of ink in my printer printing this thing out. It's 20 plus pages. It's on the verge of a 30-page document. But it's the roadmap for a 28-day transformation. It's everything I feel like you need, which it includes the amazing results formula, components. It's got you mapping out things. It's got your goals. It's got a habit tracker. It provides the structure that I feel like people need. And all my mentors and coaches are like, you got to start charging for the workbook, man. You could make a lot of money on that. I'm like, I don't want any barrier of entry for this thing. It is the best tool I've ever created. 100%, no doubt about it. It is the best tool that I've ever created. And I give it away for free on my website. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, go to millionpoundmission.com, get a copy. All right. You're going to need it for, reigniting and reclaiming control over your health. All right. So those are the three things that you need to dive into, that you need to infuse into your transformation: accountability, community, rock solid game plan. If you want an easy route on that, if you want to hit the easy button, do the 10-day free trial on my Transformation Reboot program. I'll show you how to do all that stuff, and it's already built in. All right, step 5. Find your one thing goal. All right, and we're going to do something every single day that moves you towards that goal. Now, for those of you that have heard my transformation story, when I lost 100 pounds and got out of $40,000 worth of debt and, found love, got married, started a family, started a business, helped my hometown lose 35,000 pounds. I did all this stuff because I mapped out my goals and I did something every single day to move the needle in the right direction. It doesn't always have to be a huge jump every day, but I did something every day. I would not go to sleep until I did something to move the needle in the right direction. So you guys also know I'm a big fan of the book, The One Thing. Gary Keller, Jay Papasan, check it out. If you've never read it, it's amazing. It's my number one most recommended book, The One Thing. And the general idea is that when you're setting goals, if you got a list of goals, you have to pick out the one that if you accomplish that, it makes the greatest impact across the board on the other goals, on your life, on other people's lives. If you accomplish this one thing, it will almost make all the other stuff not necessary, because it's such a big, awesome, and impactful goal. So what is that one thing goal for you? Is it losing 50 pounds? Is it creating 3 hours a week to invest in you? Be specific. If the word try, more, or less are involved in your goals, you have to be more specific. For example, if you're like, my one thing goal is to try to work out more. What does that mean? And how in the hell are you going to be accountable to it? So instead of saying, I'm going to try to work out more, you're going to say, my one thing goal is to invest 3 hours a week in me through exercise. That's specific. You can be held accountable to that. You can email me that. You could hit me up on Instagram and in your Instagram story and tag me, and that way I'll hold you accountable. But that's being very specific and realizing what that one thing goal is. And once you get dialed in on that, do something every day. So if your one thing goal is dropping 50 pounds, if dropping 50 pounds will be a game changer for you, then let's go the hell after it. Let's do it together. All right, let's start. And you have to think, all right, what can I do every day? Obviously, I'm not telling you to go out and work out 10 hours every day. And your everyday step may not even be a workout. Maybe it's stretching for 15 minutes. Maybe it's drinking, half your body weight in ounces of water one day. Maybe it's meditating one day. Just do something every single day that moves the needle in the right direction, and be consistent with that and be relentless with that, right? I feel like you've got to invest at least 10 minutes every day in you. If you don't have, Tony Robbins says this, if you don't have 10 minutes a day to invest in you, you do not have a life. And that's no way to live, right? You're on that pedal to the metal, foot's all the way down on the gas, someone else is driving, you have no control, you're at a full dead sprint every day until you pass out and you do it again. and you feel like life kind of sucks. I've been there. I've been there several times. So 10 minutes a day is the investment. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it'll grow. Maybe 10 minutes, to invest into your one thing. Maybe that's a 10-minute workout. Maybe that's a 10-minute meditation. Maybe that's 10 minutes of journaling. Maybe that's 10 minutes of just, filling up your cup by reading a book that you want to read in silence before the kids are awake. But I want you to invest and block off 10 minutes for you. All right? Now, that was step 5. Find your one thing goal. Do something every single day. Invest 10 minutes in you. Step 6, you got to be an implementer. If I have one superpower, it is that I'm an implementer. I do not screw around. I make decisions and I act on those decisions. I learn something new. I implement it if it makes sense, if it goes through those filters, the enough versus more, the cool and impactful. I implement. I implement right away. I do not screw around. I see so many of my friends that are entrepreneurs that have great ideas. They tell me about them and I start implementing. I'm like, this is great. I'm going to start doing it. And they kind of fumble around with it and never implement their own idea. And I don't say that I created it. I always give them credit where credit is due, of course. But I'm always like, man, I kind of follow back up around like, why are you doing this? This is really working for me. You should be doing this. And that happens with people that listen to podcasts. You're entertained, you're fired up, you're motivated. But what the hell are you going to do with that? Being motivated isn't going to help you hit that 50-pound weight loss goal. All right. If you're motivated, all right, let's take that and let's add implementation. So within the next 24 hours, I want you to take an action step towards reclaiming control over your health. All right, I want you to start this process. I want you to do something. So here's what I want you to do. I want you, as soon as this podcast episode is done, I want you to go to your alarm on your phone. Set an alarm for exactly 24 hours from now. Exactly. From now, 24 hours, that alarm is going to go off. If you know how to add text, all right, to your alarm. So, like on iPhones, I know you can write like a little message in there on your alarm. I want you to write in capital letters, you are worth it. All right, before that alarm goes off, I want you to take one action step. Give me 10 minutes out of the next 24 hours to invest in you, to reclaim control over your health. It's time to put your hands on the damn steering wheel and take control because you are worth it, my friends. And that is how we get out there and own it. Every meal, every workout, every day. I've missed you guys, and I will see you on the next episode. But wait, there's more. Hey, thanks for hanging out after the episode. I realized I mentioned a lot of tools in that one and resources. So quick rundown, recap on that. I mentioned the Battle Plan Workbook. That's free on my website, millionpoundmission.com. I mentioned the 10-day free trial of my Transformation Reboot. If you're looking for, I need community, I need accountability, I need a rock-solid game plan, I need to learn how to implement the Transformation Battle Plan Workbook, then do the 10-day free trial. I'm starting to raise prices on that community. It is amazing. It's my favorite place to be. That's also millionpoundmission.com. And then also, I briefly mentioned Million Pound Mission University. I'm psyched. This is an amazing learning tool. We're going to keep growing it, and you get to actually connect with the professors. I've brought in, for our launch session, 18 of my favorite health, wellness, nutrition, and motivation experts. So that is also at millionpoundmission.com. So all those resources are on the main website, and I will link them up in the show notes as well. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time and energy. I appreciate everybody that's been leaving me reviews on iTunes. That's been huge. And just all the energy you're sending my way. I really, really am grateful. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.